everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today is Friday, March 5th of 2021. And today we are going to look at Bitcoin versus the US dollar. We're going to look at certain levels to watch over the coming days and weeks. We're going to look at how long certain moves can last, how long our downtrend might last. We're going to see where we could be headed if we break up and when we break up to the upside again, where we could be going if we go down. We're going to look at all that. On this channel, we focus on bigger trends, less hype, less news, and more just facts in the charts. So it's Friday. If you're new here, like, subscribe. We also have a Twitter, a Telegram, and a Patreon if you want to learn a little bit more. Look at some stuff that I don't cover on YouTube, a little bit more in depth for as far as learning. So we got our chain link shirts on, we got our blazers on. It's Friday. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is Bitcoin and the US dollar on the daily chart. So as we can see here, we have our moving averages, our 21, 50, 100, and 200 in the colored lines here. Our prices change on the left, and this is kind of current levels to watch on the daily chart. So our first line of support here, which we're at kind of right now, right, is about 48, just under 48,000, right? And that was also coinciding with our 21-day EMA moving average, as you can see peeking up and down here. And currently Bitcoin is holding in a bullish candle formation. Anytime you have a long wick on the bottom like these, you're having a lot of buying pressure pushing the price back up. So far so good. If we are to drop lower over the weekend, in the next coming days, our next level to watch is right here, which is about 43.5. If you can see on the right there. And that is also coinciding with our 50-day moving average, which makes it a little bit even of a stronger level. You can see we got a wick down to it so far right here. We got another support bounce over here. That would be safety net number 2. If we drop below that, then what do we have? This, in my opinion, would be kind of our final safety net before some bigger trouble, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So look back over left here. This is where we had our daily candle close at our last little local top back here before our previous local top up here. So this is going to be a key level. You can see we had a wick to it here before breaking with conviction through that prior local high, right? So this is going to be your kind of last call, about 40,500. If we break that, then we need to go look at a little bit bigger of a time scale. So let's clear these off. This is our 21-week moving average here. If we are to break that 40,500 level and we break below, certainly below these levels here, which is about 38,000, I think we're going right to here. Honestly, if we see Bitcoin price action under 40K, I think we're going to fall. We will be testing this. This has to come sooner or later. We tested it about 6 times our last bull run back in 2017, and we're still, it can last a few weeks. We're going to look at how long some moves averaged on the last bull run and see where we could be headed as far as for time. How long would this last if we went down here? So what we want to see is kind of Bitcoin price action just maybe going up and down in here. That would give the moving average time to move up, because this moves up over time. This line is just taking the previous 21 weeks into consideration. So each week that we delay going down, this price will move up because it's averaging a higher price in, right? So the longer we can delay a drop to this line, the better for altcoins, because once Bitcoin goes sideways or after this move down and then shows strength again, if you recall back in early January, this is when altcoins started moving again. So if we could go sideways, that would be even better before coming down. And the longer, like I said, the longer we do that, maybe by the time, if you look at the bottom here, it's like early April, maybe if we can last another few weeks just range bound, that would give us some time for alts to move, and then we maybe turn down and then bounce back off of it. That would be ideal situation, because Bitcoin then the 21 would only go down to 40. Right now it's over on the left there, it's 32.4. So that's moving up every day and every week. So the longer, the better. So if we go back to our previous bull run back in here, let's take a look at all of these times we tested this. Big move up, back tested again, then another big move up, then back tested again. And then our final move before a blow off top, you can see that you don't quite test your 21 week again. Everybody thinks you're going there and it fakes you out. So until we have a move like this, we're still good. This is going to happen almost, you can go back and look at some other blow off tops too and other coins, and you can see the same pattern playing out. So you could see how many times we tested this in this bull run. So we kind of started right, like kind of this area, right? We got it back above our 21 week, move up. Look at the seriousness of these drops is ridiculous. From this peak down to the bottom, 42%, 41% drop. That's no joke. We haven't done anything close to that yet. So that was our first drop. We didn't even quite test it. We're still kind of getting our footing for the bull market. But then here's our first test. In January of 2016. We lasted until January of 2018. So this is almost 2 years. So we have to be patient. Patience in crypto will win. Let's look how long this took from, say, this peak to when we cleared back above it again and started making a move. That's 77 days. We definitely don't want to be doing that. So this is on a weekly chart. So that was our first time, but we're not even like 2 weeks into it, this move currently. We could have plenty of time to go. Bitcoin will test you. It will test your patience. It'll test everyone's patience. So this time we didn't take very long, right? It was just like a quick up and down, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, which is about where we are now, really, right? How about this one? We got a peak here, and before we made our next move up, which is really still about a month, right? 35 days there. Let's look at some more. How about this peak before we move back up again? 42 days. Okay. You can see here about a month again, right? 3 weeks of down, and then before you had your next really big move up was the 4th week. So let's fast forward again and see where we are. You can see this move, right? 2 weeks down, really 3 weeks, right? Because you came down, you started about a month from your peak until we got back out of it, 28 days. So if we do, 28 days was even short for the previous bull run, right? So 28 days now still puts us another 10 days out. Sometimes it helps to go zoom in a little bit on these moves. So let's look at that on the daily. From the peak to when, I would say about this candle, really, when we started kind of not going back below it, maybe just a little bit, but still we're 24 days before we never touch the line again. So 24 days is still ways out, guys. You gotta have patience in this. That's what these moves exist for. We gotta shake out all the new people, all the weak people, before you're worthy enough for higher prices. So think of it like that. So maybe we have another 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. Like we talked about earlier, the more we can range bound up in this area, the more chance that altcoins have to run. And ideally, honestly, you guys probably not going to like this, all the new people, but if we did something like this again, that would be very healthy. And this was a bull flag, remember? Look at the bull flag. You draw your line here. Now this is loose, so I'm just drawing this fast, but so we have our breakout, and then from that breakout moment when we broke that top line, that's when we knew we had this drawn in previous videos before this move even happened. We thought this might happen, right? This is your bull flag. Going down to here, right? That's a bull flag. And you break that, you're usually going to go up the length of this pole when you draw it straight down. I'll show you what I'm talking about if you're new. So you draw this to where it's even with the bottom. Let me put my cursor on here so you can see what I'm talking about. You see the lines? You want those matched to where you started. See the bottom over here? So then you take this, you put it wherever your breakout is, right there, and it gives you a rough estimate where your next top is. Look at that. Almost within $100, predicting that move. So this kind of gives you an idea where your next top is going to be. So I would love if we could get this going again, and maybe it takes it out in this area. Maybe it's a little bit shorter this time, right? Because we have a top right there. So maybe we do something like this, and then say we break out. We want to draw this again, right? Get a forecast of where we could go if we go up. So let's draw our next bull flag, which is there's the bottom. Let's get another line going and see where we could be headed. If this plays out, this would be ideal. This is what I want to happen. I can be patient. I've been in crypto for almost 5 years now. I know all the moves that can be done and how long they can take. They can last longer than anyone thinks. They can test your patience longer than you're comfortable with. This is still, I don't like this either, guys. You just have to know that we're in a bull market and these moves are temporary. So let's see where we could be headed if we break out and this bull flag plays out again. So let's say it takes all the way for another few weeks, right? And this plays out just like last time. Look at where the prices could go. You're mid over 70,000 for sure, right? Even this is the bottom. Maybe it takes a little bit longer and we do something like this and it goes way out here. So maybe go towards the end of March and get a break. We're still above 70K. If this were to play out again, just like this bull flag, Bitcoin could be 70 to 75,000 by now. This, look how long it takes. It's not like it goes right to 70K. So this could take to summertime, May, when the kids are out of school kind of thing. So look at the length of these flagpoles from bottom to top. That's about a month. It took it about a month. Let's see what the next one is. If we were to play out the same thing, a little bit less, but still 3 weeks, right? So let's see where we could be headed again. If just, this is all hypothetical. It's just fun to kind of do this sometimes. So take this with a grain of salt as far as time frames. But if this roughly plays out the same, another, say, let's give it, what, 23 days was the last one. Let's just be conservative in 30 days. That would put us end of April around 70K, maybe. If everything goes kind of to plan like this last one. That'd be nice. That'd be nice springtime, Easter area. So just some food for thought. Look at big picture. Simple. We don't have tons of lines on our charts, right? Just 4 moving averages. We can do more in-depth things, but you don't really want to trade off of just moving averages. I use more indicators than that. But that's all I have for you for Bitcoin US dollar. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below. Again, like I said, follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Patreon if you want to learn more about this stuff. I cover a lot of stuff on Patreon that I don't cover here. More in-depth stuff. I do stocks. I do anything you want on there. So that's an option for you. Let's do our car of the day. This is my very first model car I ever got when I was 5 years old for Christmas. It's kind of in rough shape because I've had it for 33 years now. But this is a Lamborghini Countach. It's even missing the spoiler. I had it when I was 5. So not a whole lot I can do, but this was my first car. This is kind of also, the Countach is kind of what set Lamborghini on the map, in my opinion. And if you remember, I'm sure most of you have seen the Wolf Wall Street. This was the car he drove in white. Our quote of the day. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. Happy Friday. We're gonna do another video this afternoon. We'll make it a little bit more fun, put some more snippets in here, and you know, have a nice, joyous Friday video.